Hello everyone and welcome back to Miss Jessica's Art Club. Today we will be doing a watercolor painting on this Bristol paper that I have. Now it doesn't have to be Bristol paper, but I highly suggest using a thicker either watercolor paper or cardstock paper because we need to have a nice thick paper for this watercolor paint. So I am getting started with the background. I am just going to go and put a light blue over everything on this paper. We are setting the mid-tone for this painting. I went with a light blue, but you can pick any kind of mid-tone color that you'd like. You also don't have to do a mountainscape like I am doing, but you can use these watercolor techniques to help you in your creative process. So just putting light blue over everything on this paper. I also have drawn a little guide for myself. I recommend doing that if you are a beginner artist, or just go right into it if you would like. So I am doing the very top of my mountains with a dark purple. You want the dark colors to be closer to the background and to give you that distinguished hard line. You want those hard lines to give you all the details and information in this painting. So I'm just bringing that down just a little bit. Like I said, leaving that hard line in the background and bringing that purple down and closer to the front. Now I am working on the pathway that I've just kind of sliced right down the middle of the page. This is going to give us a focal point in the middle here, and it's also a 1-point perspective angle. And now what I am going to do in the middle ground is just go ahead and place the pine trees with a dark green. I am just making single lines for the center of the trees. I'm placing them where I'd like, and then I'm just going to start at the top and start bringing them outwards, skinnier at the top and then wider at the bottom. I am also using a couple different shades of green and navy blue here. They are blending very well together. You want to make sure when you're using watercolor to always keep your paper and your brush and your paint wet, especially because this kind of thick paper is going to soak it right up. And that's the beauty of watercolor, and that's how you get that really dreamy effect. So I am just going to continue doing the trees, and then I'm going to fill in that middle ground with an icy blue. Once you have a couple of layers dry, you can go back in and add some darker shades, which is what I did for the sky and the pathway. So that is the tutorial on how to create a watercolor forest. I hope y'all enjoyed this one, and thank you so much for watching Miss Jessica's Art Club.